going to be having some real low CC in today's video, and surprisingly starting off going first. That's super nice. Of course, coming up against another Damon Hendrickson, we do have the green Cyril on our Hendrickson. Kind of produce as many debuffs as possible since we are going to be double attacking with him every turn, and then finishing off with the Chandler. The main reason you'd use his character on the Esterosa team is obviously the double AoE effect. The more of those darkness debuffs you can get out, the more stats you get. You know, you can start killing your opponents even faster. However, attacking into the assault meleeos can be a little bit scary. I've been trying to do the whole top 100 thing this season, and man, I feel like in the Esterosa team, maybe having the new Chandler, you know, there might be situations where Trader Melee's better. I feel like the assault melee may just be better all around, because he's a decent unit with how many buffs he can get. The Empire cards can definitely start to deal some damage, but I don't know, man. He just synergizes with them so well, and the way they built Esterosa's passive to almost work against him being used with Trader Melee. I mean, it's cool that we can actually use the Assault Melee Otis. Probably the most viable he's been in his entire lifespan. He definitely wasn't the greatest unit on his release either, but let's get rid of the first two. I mean, getting rid of Damon Hendrickson is going to be pretty easy, and probably the main reason why we have such low CC. Not only is the character terrible when it comes to that fact, but he's level 9 here, and the other two characters we have on the front are both attack crits, so definitely hindering on their CC as well. But hey, managed to come through with a dub on the first match here. And when I talk about using Chandler in top 100, I am obviously talking about the original Chandler. That man with his Holy Relic is a whole nother different beast. He is so goddamn good, and definitely the best variation, I feel, especially in top 100, to use the Demon team, especially when you're coming up against bots and they're going to attack into you no matter what. Man, his counter, he survives so much. He has almost as good, or probably even better, than the Nameless Dance Arthur tanking, because we all know how strong the Nameless Dance Arthur stance is. That man is crazy good. But yeah, no, I've been doing that a whole lot, and I mean, this is definitely one of the teams I feel like I've faced the most. You do your debuffs, all your kind of stuff in the first turn, you end up killing Arthur in the second, and then by that time, Barn or Reinhardt has their ultimate, but the Twiggo's in the front, and he has his stance there, so really hard to kill Twiggo in that turn, and then kill whoever has their ultimate. So I've definitely been having some struggles coming up against those teams, but let's see, let's go 1-2, and I'm hoping you have the extra stats. I might just get rid of Barn, in all honesty. Getting rid of the Arthur will remove heaps of support that he's giving to Reinhardt, so hopefully won't be able to do too much damage. Good being able to move back to geared, because I've been doing most of, or pretty much all of last week's showcases in ungeared for the main purpose that there's no real point of doing showcases in Challenger. The 90-95% chance I face bots, so if you're trying to grind Queen Food and get anvils, all that kind of stuff, 100%. If you can get to Challenger, by all means get there and absolutely farm those, and all the real players you fight in Challenger as well will be using the Queen Food as well. Everyone's there for the same reason at that point, but of course there are going to be the one-offs where they just want to farm wins, all that kind of stuff. They like using their Brunhold teams and absolutely one-tapping you going first. The Brunhold team, a team that I've heard is doing really good in top 100. I haven't seen anyone use it. I didn't come up against anyone within my 100 matches last week, but we'll see. Maybe things will all turn around this week. Yeah, Twig on the front here, not going to do crazy amount. I've also been trying to level up all my R and SR characters, because they give the same amount of GP as all the other grade characters, but are a lot cheaper when it comes to like pendants, all that kind of stuff. So definitely something to think about if you guys are trying to push your GP. Maybe get the Grizzly Constellation done. However, farming that GP is an absolute nightmare. I think I'm only 150 off getting the final node, which will get me to finish that constellation, and the CC buff you get after that is crazy. Such a big thing if you're trying to push in PvP or even just make your account stronger. I ended up getting the 10 million box CC way before that. If you just put Argear on all of your characters and 5-star them, maybe just do the orbs and the belts to some HP rolls, it ends up costing a lot of gold, that's for sure, but hey, definitely ends up being worth it. And yeah, that one was not the easiest thing in the world by no means. It definitely helps having characters, and I feel like if they had released another character in this next update, I probably would have been able to finish that constellation. I could easily have it done as well if I had all of the Holy Relics grinded, but that's something I'm super lazy. It's definitely something I should work on, but who knows. Some of the ones like Roxy, where you end up getting heaps of CC because of how many characters and just the nature of how hers works. Yeah, definitely something I should work on, but they end up not being used a crazy amount, so. And if you use this team, you just end up getting more AoE cards. You can easily wipe everyone by spamming those as well. Man, I still wish this Chandler was just that tad bit better. His animations and his character look so sick. They did such a good job with the Tengu skin, but man, the single target's such a letdown. Let's see here, 2 more matches to go, and we do have some new stages of Tower of Trials coming within the next week, which, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Tower of Trials, by far the best PvE content in the game. Of course, until Demonic Beast Battle came out, I still think the bird is by far the best thing we have. It's nice and easy now, you can use a whole bunch of teams for it, but I don't know, just the way they designed it, and even on release, I feel like it wasn't as daunting as the other two, although I would say Deer definitely felt easier on release. I'm not sure if it was because my account was more like progressed, all that kind of stuff. I don't know, even still, I would say the Deer hasn't gotten as easier as much as the bird has gotten easier. You can use so many different units and teams for the bird, but I don't know, Skull and Hardy is just a whole nother level of annoying, and almost losing Esterosa right off the bat, and the fact we're not attacking with him does make this just a little bit scary, because he isn't a great unit or a unit that has great lifesteal anyways, but I'm hoping with all the stats we can get from these guys, we can at least make... I don't think he's surviving any hits from anyone, unless it's a level 1 Pulverize card from Gotha. Bro isn't going to survive a thing. Block card on Hendrickson. We've already got the debuffs out, so we don't really need him for an awful lot more. But yeah, no, the Tower of Trials, I really do like the new version of it. I do really wish they reset it more often. The rewards would be really, really nice. All the Super Awakening coins, all that kind of stuff, and which is one of the main reasons why I liked the older versions. Kind of an activity you'd work on throughout the week, and then by the end of the week, you know, you'd have it done, you'd get all these materials, and it's great when it comes around. Granted, they do still give you almost as much materials now. Everything's toned down just a little bit due to the ease of the activity, but it would be really nice to see that kind of stuff released more often. I don't think we stand much of a chance here, which is honestly alright. I did need to lose a match because we were about to be in Challenger anyways. I mean, we could go ahead and see the Chandler level 3 before we get onto our final opponent, but other than that, I don't think we have an awful lot with next updates either. That might be the only thing. We actually haven't gone and had a look at the patch notes as of yet. Level 3 Exterminate Ray, kind of sick. And final opponent, I've been seeing a lot of people, and I even saw 1 or 2 of them in top 100, using Goddess Liz and Rimmerin. Was definitely a strong team, no lie. Using Ult Food and Green Queen Shot Merlin, this can be... I mean, no matter who he gets ult for, we can be in a lot of trouble. And he's probably going to want to put up that shield next turn as well. I mean, the debuffs are really good against Goddesses because they do end up breaking the shield really, really easy, I find. And all those debuffs as well. The only thing is, if he gets ult for 2 people, which he can easily do by merging whoever his extra card was with and using 2 for another, it's going to be hard for us to proc revive and kill 2 people. If we had have had another Pierce card, I reckon we could have done it, but who knows. We might just have to let him get 1 ult off and pray that he goes for Elizabeth, have that being one of them. Because yeah, the Reflector is annoying, but we can remove the buffs with a single target card, so we'll be fine. And then Green Queen Shot Melon comes to the front, we can just keep her alive. Esterosa taking a lot better than I thought. The Darkness debuff's helping him out a ton. You having the block, you don't actually lose any damage. Yeah, debuffs will break through that for us. Melly still kept his, wow. Okay. Let's see, if I go 1, 2, surely that kills Elizabeth, and I can have all of the faith in Esterosa killing. 1, come on please, Chandler. Oh, let's go. Killed Melly as well. Oh yeah, we're cruising through this one. I thought there was gonna be a little bit more of a challenge. Not saying it wasn't, but man, those Rimuru teams can be scary. People downplay Rimuru way too much, but there we go. Nice way to finish off. Definitely glad we lost that one, because I've accidentally gotten into challenges sometimes, and I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of ungeared. I do definitely prefer to do these showcases in geared PvP. I feel like that's where I know my numbers and whatnot a little bit more, but if you guys wanted to know, since we are starting to do these at the end of the showcases, having a look at the Hendrickson Ultimate, he is of course 6'6". Gear, nothing super crazy. I should probably have it just a little bit more rolled out. And then his cosmetics. Due to Hendrickson being one of the only festivals that I didn't spend money when he released, he's going to be just a little bit less well there. I think the Chad King as well, or not the Chad King, the OG King, where he has the teddy bear, wherever he may be. Let's see if I can just type in King. There he is right there. I think he's the only festival in the game I don't have max weapons on. I did used to use him for anvil farming, all that kind of stuff, but we have a lot better teams now. I'll quickly go ahead and show the Chandler as well. The Chandler I think is only 2-6 though. Yeah, that's fine. Not a unit you need to go for dupes on. There is his gear there, and then jumping over to the cosmetics. I don't think I'm going to invest in him whatsoever, but there we go. That just about does it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If so, please hit the like button, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.